Hello and welcome to the fourth video on calculus. In this video, we are going to study the inclusion-exclusion principle in calculus. So before getting started with inclusion-exclusion principle, let's start with a small concept known as cardinality of a set. So let's study cardinality of a set. So the cardinality of a set is a really simple concept, and it's just the cardinality of a set is just the number of elements in a set. Okay, so the cardinality of a set which contains some elements is equal to the number of elements which are there in the set, right? So let me take an example. So let's say that A is a set 1 2 3 4 and 5. Okay, then the cardinality of the set A, which will be A under bars like these, or the modulus sign, it is similar to the modulus sign. Then the cardinality of the set A will be just 5, right? Because there are 5 elements in A. So the cardinality of the set A will be equal to 5. It's such a really simple concept, the cardinality of a set. And this concept of cardinality of the set will help us understand the inclusion exclusion principle much better. Okay, now let's move on to inclusion exclusion principle. Okay, now let's start inclusion exclusion principle. Okay, so let me write it down mathematically first, then I will explain it in normal words. So let's say let's define it for two sets A and B. Although you can define it for three or more sets, two or more sets. For the sake of calculus, understanding inclusion exclusion principle for two sets is enough. Okay, so for two sets A and B, uh, this states that the cardinality of the set A union B will be equal to the cardinality of the set A plus the cardinality of the set B minus the cardinality of the set A intersection B. So this is inclusion exclusion principle in mathematical terms. Now let me explain it in normal words. All it states is that the number of elements, the cardinality of the set is just the number of elements in the set, right? So the number of elements in A union B will be equal to the number of elements in A plus the number of elements in B minus the number of elements in A intersection B. So this is in the inclusion exclusion principle. We can understand this much more intuitively in terms of Venn diagrams. Okay, so let me explain it in Venn diagrams. So let's say that this set will be A and this set will be B. Okay, and now we know that if you saw the second video of calculus, you'll know that A union will be this part, right? It's like adding A and B together. So this this green part will be A union B, right? So let's divide this whole part in some smaller parts. Okay, so this will be equal to this part of A. Okay, can you see that this part of A, this part right over here, this part of A, and this part, can you see this part, which is this, and this part, right, plus this part which is from B, right? So A union B will be equal to this part plus this part plus this part plus this part, which I broke it in parts here. And now let's write it in more clear terms, in terms of sets. Okay, let me just show you how. Now let's take this whole part now, this whole part which is A, and let's take this whole part from B. And in order to make this whole part and this whole part equal to A union B, we need to subtract this part from these two, right? Because this part here is A union B, and when we add A and B here, we add this part twice, right? Because we add it from A once and we add it from B one more time, right? So when we add A and B, we'll add this part from A and we'll add this part twice, right, from A and B, and we'll add this part from B. So in order to make this equal to A union B, we need to subtract this part from this once, right? So if we subtract this part here, this part once, then this will also be equal to A union B, right? But we know that this part here will be equal to A intersection B, right? This part here is the common part in A and B. Then if this is A and this is B and this is A union B and this thing, this whole is this is A intersection B and this will be A union B, then we proved the inclusion exclusion principle, right? Inclusion exclusion principle will be A plus B minus the common part of A intersection A and B, right, which is A intersection B. That's how we can intuitively understand the inclusion exclusion principle. Okay, now let's do an example based on inclusion exclusion principle. Okay, now let's do an example based on this concept. So now in this example, let's say there is a school and there are 500 students studying in this school. There are 500 students studying in this school, and let's say that out of these 500 students, 350 students study math, and there are 250 students study physics. So in this school, 350 students study math and 250 students study physics. Then what this question asks is, what are the number of students who study both math and physics? That is the question here. What are the number of students who study right, who study both math and physics? So this is the question. Let's try to attempt this. Yes, so let's say that the students who study math, let's represent them with a set. These are the students who study math, and let's represent the students who study physics also with a set. So these are the number of students who study physics, and clearly there will be an overlap on the students who study math and physics, because there will be students who study both math and physics, right? Otherwise the students who study math and the students who study physics will add up to 500, and the reason it's not adding to 500, the students who study math and the students who study physics, is because there are some students who study both math and physics, and that's what we have to find out, right? So let's try to do that now. So these are the students who study math and these are the students who study physics, right? And we know that these the total students here from both math and physics, the total students, this as a whole, this part as a whole, will be the total number of students in that school, right? Because it will be the students from both math and physics. So this part, this black shaded part will be equal to 500 students, right? they are the students who are studying in the entire school, because there can't be students who are not from here, right? All the students who are studying will be in this part, right? So the students who are, so this will be equal to 500 students. And now, because this part will be math union physics, if we represent them as two sets, this part will be math union physics, right? This whole part here, and that's equal to 500. And what we need to find here is the number of students who study both math and physics, that is this part over here, the common part of the sets math and physics, right? That we have to find, which is math intersection physics, right? The common part of math and physics is nothing but math intersection physics, and that's what we have to find. And here we can use the inclusion exclusion principle to find the answer. Let me show you how. So we know that for two sets A and B, the number of students in A union B will be equal to the number of students in A. For this case it's students, but in a general case it will be the elements in the sets, right? So let's take students here. The number of students in A union B is equal to the number of students in A plus the number of students in B minus the number of students in A intersection B, right? So in this case it will be math union physics will be equal to the number of students in math plus the number of students in physics minus the number of students in both math and physics, that is math intersection physics. And this is what we have to find, right? So let's now because we know the numbers for this and for this and for this, let's just find this out. And now let's proceed to the answer. So we know that math union physics, which is this total big thing, this part here will be 500, right? This will be 500, and the number of students who are studying math is 350, and the number of students who are studying physics will be 250, and this is what we have to find, right? Minus math intersection physics. Let me write it down. Math M and P for maths and physics respectively. And if we shift this to this side and we shift the 500 to this side, then math intersection physics will be 350 plus 250, which will be 600, right? 600 minus 500, which is nothing but 100, right? So the number of students who are studying both math and physics, that is math intersection physics, will be nothing but 100 students, right? So that is the answer to this question. Now that is the end of inclusion exclusion principle. Now let's summarize what we have learned today. Okay, let's summarize what we have learned. The main thing that we have learned today is the inclusion exclusion principle, right? But before that, we also learned the cardinality of the set, cardinality of a set, which is a really simple concept, right? It's just the number of elements in a set. Right? This is a really simple concept, and this concept helped us learn the important concept into of today's video, which is the inclusion exclusion principle, right? Yes, let me write it down. Let me again write it down now. For two sets A and B, the cardinality of the set A union B will be equal to the cardinality of the set A plus the cardinality of the set B minus the cardinality of the set A intersection B. And this cardinality is nothing but the number of elements in a set, right? So the number of elements in A union B will be equal to the number of elements in A plus the number of elements in B minus the number of elements in A intersection B. So that is all that we have learned today. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much.